I was in my pod at Johnson County Jail, and I had just gotten there. I'd only been there a couple days, and they made an announcement: anybody wanting to go to Bible study, line up. So I was in. So I got up, I got in the line. Didn't know what kind of Bible study I was going to or what it was going to be about. I just knew that what I was doing wasn't working, so there had to be another option for me. And the Spirit spoke to me. I didn't know it was the Spirit at the time, but I got up, I got in line, I went, and our Search for God Bible packet and a Bible was given to me. And we started doing this Bible study. They started talking about how God works in our lives. I was baptized after being there for 28 days, actually. I was baptized. And it was the most amazing experience coming up out of the water and feeling the cleansing. I wept. I was just, and it was tears of joy. It was tears of cleanliness. It was, I believed in God, and I had found a new path. I had found faith and trust and love, but I found it by doing these lessons. And then I continued on every week. Then I started sharing my packet with other women in my pod. I started studying with them and helping them and developing a relationship about God. A different topic than I'd ever been used to talking about. I was talking about God, and I was learning and studying the Bible that they provided for me. Then I was having questions that I would go back and ask them to explain so I could have a better understanding. So what I'm trying to say is that this Bible study, it gave me the foundation for where I am today. I built a foundation on our search for God. Here I've just celebrated my 4 years of clean and sober. And it has been the best years of my life. Even though part of that was in prison, I was finding God and building my foundation based upon the lessons that I was taking every week when the ministry would come to the county jail. It gave me something to look forward to each week. Picking up this Bible and just reading it, it's scary because you don't understand. But if you have a guide, something to break it down for you by Scripture, and then take that Scripture and explain the meaning to it, then you learn to go to the next book in the Bible, and then the next one, and then you see how they link together, and then you start to want to read more and more. And that's what this study did for me. It taught me, it gave me a foundation. It taught me how to build a relationship, an intimate relationship with God. It taught me that God is always listening. He wants you to just speak to Him like I'm speaking to you now. You don't have to pray proper prayers or have the right words to say, because it doesn't matter to Him. You are His child, and He just wants to hear from you. When I was in county jail 4 years ago, little did I know that that very Bible study that I did would be the Bible study that I do again when I got to the halfway house, when I got out of prison. But it's all linked to this study. It taught me how to become a Christian. It taught me how to be a woman of God. For those that are thinking about teaching this, I'll tell you this. I know that it was very easy to read. The Bible itself was an easy read. It was more on a lower level wording. The terminology was basic. And then the Bible study itself, when you go, it's easy to read the Bible study and then find where it's referencing to in the Bible. So it's very user-friendly. And by being so user-friendly, I got so much out of it that it made me want to keep going. When class was over, I went back to my pod and I continued to study the scriptures. I continued to work on my packet. And then it grew. It encouraged other women in my pod to want to come to the class because they saw me not struggling, not trying to figure it out. They saw that it was easy for me to understand. Being able to share this with you means more to me than you could ever imagine.